Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast, this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Fata Morga. Over at the Imperial Guard corner, we've got Alien Soldier. Whereas over in the Orc side, we've got Veles. Veles going to open up with double sluggers, grot squad, generator, and a boys hut. Whereas Imperial Guard are going to go for double guardsman, tech priest engineer, infantry command, and a plasma generator. So Orcs versus Imperial Guard, it's probably one of my favourite matches up in the game. Both factions have access to some really good defensive players, as well as just having lots and lots of models in their squads, so plenty of dead bodies to litter the field of battle. Normally I do go for games that have players with an MMR of 2,000 plus, just for the exciting high stakes play and whatnot. However, this time I've gone for both players are about 1,800. I do kind of like occasionally throwing in a game with players of a little bit lower caliber, just because that way you are able to, well, for the people at home, if you're not an expert at these games, I am able to then point out some more mistakes that people make or alternative things that they can do, so we can all learn together, and isn't that exciting? Anyway, Slugger Boys are out, capturing their nearest and dearest. Shooter Boys are out. No big mech at the moment, so don't think that the Orcs will be playing too aggressive early on. Do have a Commissar to help with the lack of morale for these guardsmen. I do believe he increased their morale up to 300. In fact, let's find out together. When he goes, yep, that is 300, so the tripling of morale. Got a command squad over here, not going for any of his additional leaders, kind of just chilling out roundabouts at this relic, probably for defensive reasons. Don't normally see a command squad just kind of standing there. They normally get the priest and maybe a psyker out straight away and bring them out over here to bash buildings, is what you normally see. But then again, Orcs are quite difficult to assault in the base early on, as all their buildings have these little sleepy grots waiting for their chance to shoot some humies. We'll see some Slugger Boys moving over to the the eastern flank towards this critical location. Guardsmen with a Commissar will be sniffing this place out, and I imagine they will go to blows in just a few short moments. All the guardsmen have not really, unless they were anticipating the Orcs. Orcs will charge into close combat. That is where they do their main damage. But then again, Slugger Boys, you don't really see them being thrown in close combat this early in the game with anything too much, especially on their own, because, well, they're just pants, really, aren't they? I mean, low melee damage. I mean, the guardsmen aren't that much far behind, but the Commissar in the unit as well, who does a fair whack in close combat with his power sword. Yeah, you don't normally see that. So Slugger Boys are going to run away. Big Mech is going to come and run down over here. Going to hopefully chase off these guardsmen. Do believe that one Big Mech against all these dudes. Yep, one backhand sends one guardsman model flying. Another elbow in the face for this poor human, as the Big Mech chases after them with a gun and all that jazz. Taking out a couple models. Command squad now going to go for a priest. We'll probably come around and see if we can beat up this Big Mech, but then again, waiting too long to go for a priest or just any other friends. Because normally by now we'd have a psyker in there as well, to be able to zap this Big Mech straight away. Which is fine. I mean, if you don't go for a command squad but instead go for an extra guardsman squad, then that's understandable. But when you're, well, I mean, I suppose when you've got a unit out, you want to use it for a specific reason. You don't want it to stand there, otherwise it's just kind of wasted money. It's kind of going on down here as well. We'll see this critical location as Veles is currently on the countdown. Guardsmen over here look like they'll be taking on this critical location onto this side. There's the Orcs going back over to this side to reclaim what they were denied earlier. 92 and 20 for the Imperial Guard, compared to 116 and 20 from the Orc player. All these settlements, or should I say, all these listing posts being upgraded already. War Banner as well. One more, well, two more, and then they will be able to get their tier 2. Guardsmen over here going to try and ignore the Shooter Boys while they decap this place, but losing a hell of a lot of models. Will have to run away. Sergeant being added there, so I do believe that they've got a, yep, they've got a tactical control. Going to go for some battle armor. So certainly focusing on improving their boys. Might want to move these guys around though. Like I say, you don't want these guys standing still. You want every unit to be doing something. Unless they're playing defense. Yeah, if you're playing defensive, obviously, stand still. But at the moment, the Orcs don't have the numbers for map dominance. I've got into tier 2. Imperial Guard not quite yet in tier 2, although they are getting lots of green money at the moment, so just have to wait for that to be a thing. Guardsmen are capturing the critical location in the middle, which they will be able to get, which will deny this countdown from going on any further. Bit of a late pile of guns, but we'll see some Storm Boys out, and from there we're going to get some Heavy Boy Armoured research and some Storm Boy Speed Boost research.
Where is his will needed?
So a bit of money going into the Storm Boys. Imperial Guard is chilling out over here. Minefield going to pop down onto this listing post here. So will certainly help in the defensive capacity of the Guardsmen. These guys will move over to the critical location over here, and this will be quite a pain in the backside for them, as these Orcs will notice and start moving over to corner them. Shooter Boys going for some big shooters as well. These will be absolutely ripping their way for the flak armour of the Guardsmen. Double jumping juice being used. Get the Storm Boys and the Shooter Boys in the mix. Guardsmen will try and doggedly ignore them. And once they've decapped that, they will then start running away. Commas are on quite low health. Do have Death Before Dishonor will add 100 to the morale of the Guardsmen. Got a grenade being thrown across the map. That's quite the throwing arm that the Storm Boys have. Oh no, there we go. It landed finally over there. That was odd. Anyway, Storm Boys gonna charge around. Got a knob in the squad.
Where is his will needed?
Only 2 Guardsmen left with 1 commissar. Lots of minefields going around there.
New code, sir.
It will certainly help defending the base. Tier 2 going for the Imperial Guard at the moment.
We're under fire.
Command squad just kind of chilling out over there. Might want to bring them over and start zapping this big mech. This is a lot of Orc nonsense to be dealing with. Orcs have now been able to see the minefield. We'll start focusing down on that. We'll buy the Imperial Guard some time there.
New code, sir.
Also, with all these upgrade listing posts, it will be quite difficult for the Orcs to crack this nut. The double Stormboy squads at the moment. But yeah, even with the unusual command squad usage in this game, still quite a difficult thing for the Orcs to push past. 110 and 40 compared to 122 and 30. Anything crazy for the Orcs? Going to go for some Blastia research, Super Bosses research.
Don't bother me.
Although Blastia research on these guys, they should really be. I don't know if they've gone for the. Yeah, normally we'd see the bosses. Have they gone for their? Ah, they've gone for Power Claw. So yeah, as the standard upgrade that you would get for your Storm Boys.
What are you waiting for?
Power Claw really adds the DPS needed to take down buildings. And there's a lot of Storm Boys moving in. Doom has been witnessed. Morale been broken for all the Storm Boys in the middle, but do manage to regain the morale. It's a significant amount of Orcs on the field.
Until take and hold victory.
What is it?
And yeah, the Guardsmen currently with no upgrades in the form of grenade launchers or plasma guns. With all these Storm Boys on the field, you would expect them to go for some plasma guns. Command squad still in the thick of it, trying to get them some distance. Taking very little in the way of damage there. That is a positive. 4 Guardsmen in the middle on auto replenish, 20 blue money apiece. Can keep themselves a-going. Also, this tier 2 now, the Commissar is able to sacrifice his men to inspire and increase the damage of the Guardsmen. More war banners going down. Tank Buster infiltration research on the go. So we'll be expecting to see those guys sneaking around and busting up these listing posts. Gonna have a Chimera and some Bassies on the go. Not sure if Basilisks are the right choice, in all honesty, with these Storm Boys about. But then again, I suppose you can leave your Basilisk in the base and just keep them away. Maybe the Orc player won't realise it. I mean, probably better to go for Hellhound, in all honesty.
What can we do?
Hellhounds would be great at taking on these heavy infantries. Chimera prowling around. Has it got any men in it? Oh, it's got 1 squad of boys in there. Veles doing a really good job at keeping these critical locations in Orc hands. Definitely making the Imperial Guard player having to play to the Orcs' wants and needs, allowing the Orc player to really pick the battlefield. One Stormboy squad jumping in, and these are, what, 32 Stormboys in total. These guys are going to be in for a world of hurt as the power claws of the Stormboy knob cut through life and limb. Numbers been cut down very quickly. Only one Commissar left. Didn't quite get them back as the Chimera. One volley of Tank Buster fire as well, going to bring this Chimera almost down to half health already. Dear oh dear. Priest is probably a good plan. In fact, 3 priests.
What would you have me do?
I will at least stop the initial shock of the Stormboy charge. Guardsmen over here are going to kill these Slugger Boys. The assistance of a Commissar. Although the Orcs, once again, are just going to come over and see if they can annihilate this squad of Guardsmen before they're able to decap. Shooter Boys teleporting in, 3 big shooters.
Where is his will needed?
Numbers dropping as quick as you like. Do manage to get the decap. They have jumped into the Chimera. Narrowly avoiding being surrounded there. I'm going to chill out a little bit over here. Fire from the slots of the Chimera.
Victory countdown.
But it's not a battle that the Chimera wants to stay in, as these tank busters are slowly but surely moving over to them. Victory countdown has once again begun. Guardsman over here. Decap his critical location in the middle. Command squad actually getting some use out of them this time. Chimera narrowly avoiding more fire from these big shooters.
What would you have me do?
Priests now equipped with Vim and Vigour. Going to charge straight in with their chainsaws. Well, chainsaws, sorry. But not being attached to a squad, they are going to die very, very quickly. You always want to, unless you're doing the priest base trade, you'd always want to see your priest attached to a squad of lads. But then again, with the Orcs having lots of shooty bits inside the base naturally, wouldn't normally see a base trading priest on the go. Mind you though, these shooter boys overstaying their welcome a bit.
Sir, yes, sir. Where is
Imperial Guard trying to jump into the Chimera to keep them safe, but has been destroyed by the
We're under fire.
tank busters. But now the Imperial Guard player is getting a good amount of lads on the field, and the Orc aggression seems to be slowing down somewhat. We do have a significant amount of Stormboys ready to manoeuvre around over on this side. We'll jump in to support their Orcish comrades. We'll see these lads and decide to take these guys out to defend the tank buster squad, who's been seen by the Imperial Guard scanners. Another Basilisk on the field as well. Doesn't seem like the Orc player has noticed the Basilisks so far. In fact, actually, can they see them over the ridge? I'm able to see them, so the Orc player does know what's going on. Flash kits are now coming out to play. Also with some dots as well. Fighting juice will keep those lads firing. Good amount of plasma guns for the guardsmen now.
Hold on to the pin.
Which, I mean, tank busters are heavy infantry, as well as Stormboys. I imagine flash kits are also heavy infantry. Yes, they are. So, yeah, right call from the Imperial Guard player. Look at all those dead bodies. That's amazing. That's what I like Orc versus Imperial Guard. Just the kill counts for both teams are just astonishing. Lots of green money going for the Orc player at the moment. Not really using that. Could get a big mech shop and at least spend some excess green money on like a war track or two, or war truck. War truck would certainly help them keep up with these chimeras. But then again, I mean, why keep up with them when we could just have a 16-man squad of slugger boys? Waiting for the guardsmen to come out the chimera. I would not be happy if I was them. And the guardsmen fighting away the slugger boys best they can. But there's a good number of these guys out now. All of them are focusing on the priest, and the priest is a bit of a sad man at the moment. Shooter boys teleporting in, no doubt. And these guardsmen have once again overstayed their welcome. Big Mech doing a tank zapper, keeping this Chimera firmly in place. Flash gets now moving in with their impressive firepower. We'll certainly be saying goodnight to this Chimera anytime soon. Guardsmen over here just not really doing anything. And again, I think this is probably the major problem that the Imperial Guard player is having at the moment. Oh, I'm just going to go for tier 3 as well, just for your knowledge. Yeah, he's not really doing much with his guardsmen. I mean, sending them one at a time to capture these places, he's already lost a bunch of units doing that. He knows full well that if he moves one squad in, then the Orcs will then move all their other lads to deny the Imperial Guard that space. So, don't make the same mistake twice. Always be watching and how the opponent is playing, and then try and counteract what they're doing. Which you could do just by moving all his lads in one big blob of death and sadness for the Orc player. Sheer amount of tank busters, preventing the command squad from actually doing anything, just a constant knockback. This listing post will be on its way out as the Big Mech continues to chase after this Chimera. What is the Imperial Guard playing with? He's got loads of money. That's another thing as well, you need to spend all your money as well.
This is what we like best.
Not got much in the way of squad cap left over.
This is what we like best.
But he'll need to get some more units on the field soon, as his flash kits will quickly rinse their way through guardsmen. Although, God save the Emperor ability, keeping these guardsmen immune from all kinds of damage. But again, in saying that, Flying Juice on the flash kits will also have the exact same effect. But morale has been broken, so their DPS will be a bit lackluster. And these flash kits actually are not holding up to the test of time. Did not see any Flying Juice being used there. Which, yeah, that's it's not what you want to see from the Orc perspective. But then again, there are multiple things going on. Command squad over here being bullied and harassed by these tank busters as a Nob squads and a war boss moves in. Lots of Valkyrie gubbins being thrown down. And the Basilisk are really adding value to the Guardsman DPS. Nobs and the war boss standing in the middle. That, quite an interesting teleport going on there. And the war boss is just getting into the thick of it. Loves a scrap. Loves a good old fisticuffs. Doom being witnessed by the Big Mech. Still quite healthy though.
5 minutes until taken.
War boss uses War ability, which is a general buff to all orkiness. Keeps them morale high. I think it also gives them a little bit of movement speed buff. Lets them beat up things with a lot more DPS. Command squad found in the middle of these Orc Nobs. Orc Nobs are also going to go for some power quads as well. Not an upgrade that you normally see on the Orcs. Then again, I mean, they've got the money for it, so may as well. Minefield's not really contributing all that much. Got some Cascans there. Got to be upgraded with some plasma pistols. And to be honest, it does look quite hairy for the Guardsmen at the moment, but they do have the numbers. And these Nobs are trying to chase everyone around. Melee units are not ideal against multiple range units, as they... Well, one guy could just run away. Oh, never mind. We have a Squiggoth. That's exciting.
4 minutes until...
So we shall be seeing him coming round any point in the near future. Basilisks are now going to be spotted by the tank busters. And the Basilisks have only got 1,150 health. So yeah, look at that. Basically, one volley from all these lads will kill a Basilisk. And the Guardsmen are kind of looking a bit dishevelled. They've got all this squad cap and all that money. Could be buying all sorts, but probably got a bit of tunnel vision at the moment, focusing way too much on microing his boys about. We go for some more Guardsmen now. But is it a little bit too little too late? The They do have the option of jumping into infantry commands, which will help them defend against the flash gates.
What would you have me do?
Catscans fire away. Got a good amount of range damage, but not nearly as much
3 minutes
as these guys.
Take and hold victory.
Got a Banner Bomb as well in the middle.
This is what we
They're doing an incredible amount of damage to buildings, but still getting a good spread all the same. Tank Busters going around the other side, bashing these guys in the head with their stick bombs. And it's looking quite dire for the Imperial Guard player. Trying to push the big mech off the relic. Not sure if that is the way you want to deal with it. You want all your guardsmen to be together, forming a staunch line of lasgun fire.
Leave it overrun.
Success in numbers. That's what I would say. Big mech now teleporting in with the knobs. Orcs are now pummeling up their way through the Imperial Guard base. Both
We're under fire.
infantry commands have been taken down, and this does look like a sweet good night for the Imperial Guard player as the Squig has finally made its way over. Got a little bit of a charge into this listing post. And yeah, this is sad times in the pipelines. Some guardsmen in the field command firing away out of the windows. But there's only so much that the guard can do against the towering thick muscle of the greenskins. So yeah, I'm going to call it here. The Orcs have certainly won with that field command going down. If you are interested, there is a Patreon where for £1 a month you can get one extra game a week over on the old Patreon. Links are in the description and all that jazz. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. I will see you in a bit. Peace.